Hey everyone, thanks for joining me. I'm here today to start a new challenge in The Sims 4 called the Homeless Challenge. I'll put a link in the description box down below to the complete list of rules if you'd like to read them. I'm just going to go through a few of them now. So basically the goal of this challenge is to live as a homeless person and try and save 20,000 simoleons while keeping our needs high enough to max out the fishing skill. We are not allowed to leave the neighbourhood of our home lot, and we're also not allowed to have a job. We have to find other ways of making money. We can only buy objects that would reasonably be able to fit either in our pockets or in a shopping cart, as homeless people tend to use shopping carts. So this can include things like tents, which can fold up, and also things like a painting easel, which we can use to make some money. We're also allowed to grow plants on our home lot, except for the cow plant. So we should be able to grow some of our own food, or maybe sell some of our harvest for some extra money by doing that, which would be really good. However, we are not allowed to use garden boxes or garden beds. We have to just plant the seeds straight into the ground. We're not allowed to use our phone, so if an action for it appears down here, we have to just cancel it immediately. You are allowed to use mods to completely remove the phone, but I haven't installed one of those, but you can if you want to try this challenge for yourself. We don't have to pay any bills, which is also good. That'll save us some money. But we're not allowed to sleep over at anyone else's house. The only place we're allowed to sleep is on a park bench or on the ground, or in a tent if you have one. But dumpster diving is allowed, so maybe you can find some stuff in there to make some more money. Aging has to be turned on and lifespan set to normal, and your sim must start out as a young adult. So this is our young adult here. I'll introduce her in just a moment. The aspiration of your sim must be set to angling ace. That is to simulate that we're catching and cooking our own food. The way that we manage this is that we only allow ourselves to cook food on the grill when we have a fish in our inventory, and then we must sell the fish to represent that we cooked and ate it. It would be a lot easier if we could actually just cook our fish on the grill, but unfortunately you can only do that with the campfire from the outdoor retreat pack. So we're just going to have to play along with that one using the public grills. We're also allowed to eat food that other sims have prepared. So now that I've gone through the rules, it's time to finally meet our sim and explore our neighbourhood a little bit. So this is Lexie Woodbridge. Her aspiration is obviously angling ace, as I said, and with that came the collector trait. The other traits I gave her were loves the outdoors and loner, which I think will really help maintain her good mood a little bit with her outdoor lifestyle. The last one I gave her was the creative trait. As I said, we're allowed to have painting easels, and I think that's a really good way to make money. So that's sort of my primary plan to get to the 20,000 simoleons, is for her to become a painter. So that trait will definitely help out. I've moved her into this slot here. It's actually quite a rich neighbourhood. We're right across the street from the Goth family. So it's just a residential neighbourhood. There's no other buildings here. There's just these two houses which were empty, but I just created some families and moved them in just to make it a bit more realistic, and so there's more people in the streets and she's not just all by herself. So directly behind the house, sorry, the lot, she doesn't have a house, we have this little river area, and there's the first of our little fishing spots. There's also a grill and a picnic bench here, which is going to come in handy. And if we go over across the street, there's another river, and here we have another fishing spot, and just further down is the third fishing spot. So there are 3 fishing spots which she will get a lot of use out of. We also have this really cool little park area. It's got another grill and some park benches which she can use to sleep on. It also has some public bathrooms, which we will definitely need. So as far as I can tell, we should be able to meet the bathroom, food and sleep needs using what's publicly available. The only one I'm really worried about is hygiene. In the real world, she would just be able to go swim in the river, but unfortunately you can't do that in The Sims 4. So the only other way around that I can see is to try and make friends with some of the neighbours in these houses here and try to use their showers, but we'll see how that goes. It should be interesting. Okay, so it's time to get started. I'm going to get her to come over here and go fishing. So as you can see, I've set her household funds to 0. So we're literally starting with nothing. She has nothing here in her inventory. She has no skills. So we're just going to have to work ourselves up from nothing. But she's got the fishing skill. So for the first stage of our aspiration, we need to catch 5 fish at 3 different locations. So we've got 3 different locations here, so that shouldn't be a problem. Also got this little log here, we can search for frogs. So she does have the collector trait, so maybe we can make some money off that as well. That would be good. Why did she stop fishing? Oh, she was using her phone. I do think it would be a really good idea to install that mod, and then you wouldn't have to keep checking it. Still haven't caught anything. Stop using your phone. Okay, the fish in this area are too crafty for Lexie. Try it elsewhere. Alright, I'm gonna go over here across the road and we'll try our luck there. I really like this neighborhood. Just the little details it has, the little ducks in the water. Oh, she did catch some over there. I'm going to try over here now. Tetra. 2 tetras, okay. So we've got 2 of 5 fish and 2 of 3 locations. She's going to have to use the bathroom soon. I'll just keep her fishing for a little while longer, so she's got 3 fish. Okay, I will get her to come and use the bathroom. And then she can come to this final location and fish. She's got her 5 fish. Well done. Okay, we've reached that milestone. The next one is achieve level 4 of the fishing skill. Fish for a total of 10 hours. Mount or bowl 5 fish. So we're not going to bowl our fish because we have nowhere to put them. So we'll probably mount our excess fish at some point and sell them for money. So we can, as I said, eat food that other Sims have prepared, and it looks like someone has made some baked potatoes over here, so we can actually invite ourselves to go grab a serving of that. So we will do that. And we can also chat with this person, make a friend. So everything's going really well so far. She's not even that tired. It's 8 PM. So I think after this I'll just have her fish a little bit more and then we'll call it a night. Okay, time to say goodbye to those people. Go back over here. Try and get our hours up a little bit more. We've only got 1 of 10 so far. We've already level 3 fishing skill. That happened really fast. I think it's getting the 20,000 simoleons that's going to take a long time. Okay, she's starting to get tired, but we'll keep going for a bit longer. We'll keep going until she's in the red. How many fish does she have now? 6 fish. 7 fish. The other thing to remember is that fish don't stay fresh in your inventory forever. They do go bad. I suppose you could buy a cooler, because theoretically that would also fit in a shopping cart. Maybe you could keep your fish in there, but we have no money yet, so obviously we can't do that. We might just have to mount and sell some. I'll just keep a couple so that I can make some food if I need to. I'll keep it going a little bit longer. Level 4. And 6 of 10 hours. We could cow plant berries, so as I said before, we are not allowed to plant cow plants, we have to sell them if we get a seed. So I'm just going to sell that right now, and then we have our first $20, which is pretty good. So I'm going to sell the more expensive fish to get some money and keep the cheap ones to eat. I'm going to get her to come on over and go to sleep. Luckily it doesn't rain in this town or snow, so we should be okay sleeping outdoors. Okay, so I'm going to mount some of these fish. It keeps popping up, that's really annoying. Mount that one. We need to mount 5 fish. Which are they worth? $3, $2. $6, $6. Okay, I'll mount these ones. And then I will sell. I want to name it. We're going to sell our mounted fish, and we get quite a bit of money for doing that. Okay, maybe not for that one. So it's pretty much equal to the value that the fish actually was, so it doesn't make a difference. But we did get our 5 of 5 mounted fish, so we need to fish for 3 more hours to get our achievement. Where did she go? What are you doing over there? Why don't you come over here? And what's this? Someone's left behind. No, don't use your phone. And put the phone on silent. Come over here and grab a serving of that. Never turn down free food. Also need to keep in mind the spoilage rates of this food. Like, this stuff will spoil in 18 minutes, so if she didn't get there when she did, she would not have been able to eat that. Or she would have made herself really sick. Okay, we're going to go back over to the park. Use the bathroom. And then we're going to nap a few more times to get our energy up. Where is she? Okay, she's been very sluggish because she's so tired. Just exhausted. Okay, maybe I should start taking better care of her. I think in a challenge like this, mood really is everything. If they're not motivated to fish or they're not motivated to paint, then it's just going to take forever to get to our goal. So just have her nap a few more times. Her hygiene is also getting quite low, so I think we need to go and introduce ourselves to some of the neighbours and try and use their shower. Hopefully that isn't too awkward. Okay, why don't we go over to this household, visit the Strattons. So this is the only time we're allowed to go through loading screens, is if we're visiting other lots within our own neighborhood, but we're not allowed to visit any other neighborhoods or any other worlds. We're also not allowed to go on vacation. So you really do need to make sure you pick a good neighborhood to start with. I've seen other Let's Plays where you know, they're in a neighborhood that doesn't have like a grill or anything, and I just don't know what you do in that situation. Where's she going? Oh, okay. Knock on the back door. Someone's home. No one even answered the door. We just let ourselves right in. Okay, why don't we go introduce ourselves to this guy? So Dominic Stratton, Layla Stratton, Natalie and Brett, and then someone else. So there's 6 people. Oh, okay, yep, so this is the grandparents, parents, and the children. This really is a rich neighborhood. Have they made any food? No, they haven't. Okay, I'm gonna try to take a shower and see if I can, or if they think I'm behaving inappropriately and ask me to leave. I know that would happen in The Sims 3, so I barely know these people. You can't take a bath. Stranger danger. Yeah, she's alone, and that's the thing, and there's so many people around. This is inappropriate. Please stop. Okay. You need to get to know them better. Alright, so no one has cooked any food. Is there any food in the park? Nope, looks like I'm going to have to grill myself for the first time. Let's go and make something cheap. Let's make some hot dogs. And then to reflect that, we're going to sell a fish. I'll just sell one of the really cheap ones. $1. I'll sell the $1 tuna. $1 tuna for $13 hot dogs. Doesn't quite make sense, but what are you going to do? She learned the cooking skill. I hope she doesn't burn them since she's never cooked before. Okay, so what do we need for this? We need 3 more hours of fishing. We should be able to get that in tonight, and that's going to be good for another 8 hours, so I think we should be able to grab another serving of that later. So let's go fishing over here and see what we can get. Starting to get tired. How many hours have we got? 2 more. I don't know if we're going to make it tonight. 1 more hour. Oh, hygiene's going down again. That's going to be a real problem. Okay. I'm going to stop fishing. I'm going to use the bathroom. This was an actual building that had a toilet and a sink inside. We could just stand there and wash our hands repeatedly, but it's not, so she only washes her hand once. Let's grab another serving of that while we still can. If we had a cooler, it could also keep our food like this fresh. Like, that's a lot of meals there, and we can't eat them all. And we can't just cook one on the grill. It's not like with a fridge where you can make a single serving. You make a whole bunch at a time. What are you doing? You can't do that. You're no longer welcome in that house. Alright, you need to come nap on this bench. We'll just do that until she's fully rested, and then maybe in the morning we'll try again to have a shower at this house. I don't know if they'll let us, but she's going to be really angry and miserable if she doesn't. In the outdoor retreat pack, you also did get a shower tent. I don't know if that would be permitted. That might be stretching it a little bit, because I mean, where would you get the water? You couldn't carry the water around with you. So I'm not sure about that one. Oh, she's really starting to smell. Her energy is not improving greatly this time. I wonder if that's because of her poor hygiene. She's already in a bad mood. Like, look at it, it's hardly moving. Okay, well, she has no means to drink coffee, so there's no other way. I'm gonna get her to come and try to take a second shower, and we'll see what happens when she wakes up. Oh, is that food still edible? No, it's gone bad. You can actually still eat it, but it can make her sick. I'm surprised by how little she needs to eat, actually. She hasn't eaten that much. Alright, let's try the shower. Her social is getting low as well, so maybe I should stick around and try to make friends with these people, because if they're my friends, maybe they won't mind me coming and showering in their house. I'm gonna come and sit down here. Hang out a little bit. What are you doing? You haven't even introduced yourself. Let's discuss interests, discuss local fishing spots, compliment house. Okay, it's not going so well, this discussion. We're standing with him. It's like a 0. Can I put that in my inventory? No, I can't. Okay, she's tense from being around all these people because she's alone, but at the same time her social does get low sometimes. I don't know what we're going to do about that. She's hungry again. I think we have to try and eat this spoiled food and see what happens, and then we'll know if that's something we can continue to do in the future or not. Okay, she's in a good mood again because she's outside. That's good. Just hope she doesn't get sick from this. At least it stops her hunger. Oh. Okay, now she's nauseous. She'll be nauseous for 20 minutes. So we're just going to go use the bathroom, and then after that I'll get her to come and do some more fishing. So our next goal is to reach level 6 of the fishing skill, catch 5 fish using bait, and make 6 great catches. Catch 5 fish using bait is really annoying because we have to, you know, use things that we would otherwise sell as bait. So we're losing a bit of money by doing that. Okay, get her to stop using her phone. Too uncomfortable to do this. Okay. Okay, what else can we do? Let's rummage through trash. We haven't done that yet. Cancel that text. Sometimes you can find some good stuff in here. You can also have a look around for some collectibles. Nothing in there? Okay, throw that away.
Oh.
Is there another one? Yep, over here. We'll check that out. Where is she going? Oh, you're crazy. Oh my god, you take trash from a public trash can and then you put it in their house. You're never going to be able to shower there again. Did you rummage? Nothing there. Okay. Where else can we go? I think there's a little park down here actually. Oh, there are some little harvestables here. Is this a public garden or is this... No, that's that house. This is separate. Okay. Wow, this is a good neighborhood. So these things we can either eat or we can use for bait. Wow, there's a lot. There's more over there as well. There's a lot of stuff in this little corner. More park benches. Can't go into this part though. That's just for show. See what we get. Some apples, strawberries, snapdragons. I'm just going to get her to harvest everything in this area. Okay, we'll harvest everything on that side and we'll leave the rest for now because I don't want it to go bad in my inventory. Her hunger is still good, so she doesn't need to eat anything tonight. I'll just get her to nap for a while. Wild lily flower. While she's doing that, I'm going to mount and sell a few more fish and we'll see how much money we have. Keep those ones. We've got a lot of fruit. That's really good actually. I didn't even think about harvesting fruit trees. I didn't think there would be any here. I know that if you find seeds you're allowed to plant them, but I don't really expect to find any in this neighborhood. So there's also a few collectibles around. Like I said, there's a what's that log that we can look for frogs on? That might be on the other river. So we'll do that as well when she wakes up. But I think this is a pretty good place to end this first episode. Some things have just crept up on me. Like I see that her fun is just going right down. I don't know how we can fix that. There are some chess tables in the park that she could use. But I guess I'm going to have to keep an eye on that one. And again, the hygiene is a little bit of a concern. I don't know if that family is going to get sick of us coming into the house and just refuse entry to us in the future. I don't know. We might have to move on to the next house. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So thanks again so much for joining me. I hope to see you next time. Bye.